Good Saturday morning, and hey, welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs. And yeah, if anybody watches my channel, be like, what's going on now? You're usually out in front of your house. Hey, got the dog here with me, got the with me for the kid and wife. Now, why am I making a Saturday morning YouTube channel? Because after modding the Dodge Charger, the exhaust note just ain't good enough. She's disappointed. So get this, the daughter says, buy back the Smoke Show Challenger. The Smoke Show Challenger that's still available at my local selling dealer. So I just texted them, write up a deal to sell it back to me, see if you get it done. Oh my gosh, is this going to be another adventurous car addictions day for Ice Age TV? Stay tuned. Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Ice Age TV. And does the adventure begin? Let's see. Cold start, pretty badass. It's going to be run out of gas. So, wow, what am I doing now? So the kid, I told you she'd be disappointed in this car because the interior sound isn't going to be great. So if you watch my video on my channel, you'll see that the disappointment conversations played out yesterday. Some crazy Dodge Charger where that sounds really good in the early startup, but then it kind of does tone down. So here's the disappointment factor. My daughter just feels like the inside of this thing's not going to give her the thrill, but I'm just like, yeah, it is the thrill. But hey, this morning she goes, let's buy back the Dodge Challenger wide body Smoke Show that I traded for this. So I was like, kidding me, you want the Smoke Show back? And she's like, yeah. So for me, for the heck of it, let's see if we can buy the Smoke Show back. Does it play out? I say it's going to be very challenging, but I'm getting a little creative on how maybe this plays out. So just stay tuned and watch my channel, and I'll show you the adventures of maybe buying back yet again another car that I have sold, which I've only done that this would be like the third time. I'd have to go more in depth on that, but stay tuned. Plum Crazy Day. Is it plum crazy, or have I just gone crazy? We know that answer. Okay, hey, here is the old exhaust tips off of the rear exhaust. So what do you think? Think that looks a little nicer? I think it looks really cool. 5-inch tip versus a 4-inch tip. Car looks good. Car sounded good. I'm kind of really even taken back myself. Am I jumping the gun? Am I jumping the gun that this thing actually sounds better than we realized? Let's get inside of it and start it up. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. Is it an excuse? The classic example of me in life, if I have an excuse to go buy another car. In so many ways. Look at my Charger hat. How about that? I found that thing last week in my cabinet. And so let's get this car here going. Sorry for the disruption of the hand there, but anyways, let's head up to the Dodge dealership. Gotta get gas, and let's see what plays out. This car is so much fun. I tell you what though, but here's the challenge. These damn cars are so sought after now. I mean, it's borderline. I mean, I'm just telling you, to leave this car anywhere at any length of time anymore, I don't know. I mean, to hear that Leesburg Dodge had a Scat Pack wide body stolen right in front of their dealership. I mean, this is factual. This past week, Leesburg Dodge here in Leesburg, Virginia, they had a Dodge Charger wide body Scat Pack, same thing as this thing. I think Smoke Show, and the car was stolen at 11 a.m. in the morning, right in front of the detail shop. Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, that is not comforting. I mean, I know here a few months back, there's a local motorcycle dealership where a guy came up to the dealership and he stole a motorcycle right off the dealership. This is out in Purcellville, Virginia. this is more of the rural. It isn't so much rural country like it used to be, but here's the exhaust. Look at this. I mean, this thing does have a really nice throaty exhaust. I don't know. What I think would be really cool is if I had 2 Dodge Challenger wide bodies and 2 Dodge Charger wide bodies for the last year of production of having, me owning both of these vehicles. That'd be pretty cool. Meaning I have the 2 Hellcat models and the 2 Scat Pack 392 models. That would be cool. When I even traded that Scat Pack in, trust me, that smoke show, so much of me deep down was like, man, I really hate to let this car go because it's such a nice car. It's done up so well. But here's the question. An individual that reached out on my YouTube channel claims that the 2020 model year of that Challenger smoke show I have will have a louder exhaust because it has different Cadillac converters on it, versus from 2021 on, they updated the Cadillac converters, and so it makes it where the car isn't going to get the same noise out of it because of that new Cadillac converter. And as anybody knows, if you take the Cadillac converter off, that's a huge federal punishment, crime in so many ways. And nobody's going to touch doing that. No shop's going to take those off. And for the record, if you do that, you have to have a whole programming, tuning set up in your car to be able to get the car down and function properly without it having all these codes and issues with it. So, all right, so we got to go to the main road. We're not even in track mode. Let's go to the track. Okay, even though right now, one guy said go to the track mode. And what's interesting here is I'm going to have to go to get my things on. But here's, I don't think, well, we don't know. But it's a cold morning, so. Yeah, not bad. And here's the thing, what's going on in this car as well is since this is the 4-door sedan, that exhaust is further back from you. So everything's changed, I don't think you're going to get that same radical, more noise like you would in the Challenger because this is a longer wheelbase car. So that's a whole other variable here that I don't know if you get that. But hey, you know what? It's always about the adventure for me, and it would be pretty cool. If something played out here, this would be pretty cool. I mean, I don't think it is, so I just don't think the bank's going to buy the deal. So it'll be interesting, so stay tuned as I ride down the road in the Plum Crazy Dodge, which is such a fun vehicle. It really is. I mean, I got 763 miles on it. I'm going to run out of gas probably by the time I get to the gas station up in town. Let's hope not. So we're heading to the fuel station first. You look here now, we're now in the track mode. So what's pretty cool about these SRT products is you can make these things so personalized to you and how you kind of want the car to drive and ride and everything. But I think the sport mode and the track mode really is the same noise. I don't think it's going to change. So I think that valve down there in the exhaust, it opens up for sport mode, but I don't think there's like another switch for it to go to the track mode. I think it's just one flap, one time change. And the Max Garage exhaust, custom exhaust, that guy was, really like, the Ford Mustang, he said, you're just not going to beat that loud exhaust out of those Mustangs. That was his claim. I don't know. I mean, I got mixed feelings on that. It's just how far you mod this. Now, the other thing is, would it be worthwhile removing the mufflers in the back? And for me, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference because we listened to the car in the shop with the exhaust disconnected, and it was just a straight through exhaust underneath the car, and this car doesn't sound much different from that aspect. So I don't think removing the rear mufflers, it's going to get a lot different. Probably get a little bit different, but I don't know if it's really worth it. Plus, I kind of like the look of that back end the way it is. So, you ever wanted to get rid of this car, people then still think it has technically a muffler on it. But at the same time, I really don't want to get rid of this car. I mean, this is a very special car, and you can't get them anymore. I mean, You can't order these cars anymore. It's really crazy. And how here I've had some numbers put on my Hellcat sitting in my garage, and very disappointing. There's no numbers. I mean, those cars right now do not have any real big value, but yet it's over. It's over. You cannot order these cars anymore. So once the inventory of these cars deplete over time, it's, what are you going to do? You're now just, it's now only the used market and individuals. And I think a lot of individuals that buy up these cars aren't going to start selling them. That's what I've always have noticed with these really specialty vehicles, like the Dodge Viper. You know how many years I wanted a Dodge Viper? You know how many years I was only hoping those would get flooded in the market and you get a heck of a deal on it? Never happened. I can remember waiting for the Z06s to get flooded into the market to get a deal on those. For the most part, it never happened. And the GT500s, I can go through a list of cars. Over the years, I only wish that once the people bought them, they would start getting rid of them in the droves, and you get these deals in the cars. And for the most part, these very high-end performance vehicles, that type of person isn't that type of person that's dumping these things. Yeah, the wide-body Scat Packs, I think you'll see a lot of these things in the market, no doubt. But the Hellcats, I just can't see once they're all picked up and gobbled up, there'll be a ton of used Hellcats out there. They'll be out there, but those that are out there will be very expensive. So, all right. I mean, listen to this car. This thing does sound really nice. And it's kind of stuck in its 7th gear. See, for me, I've got so many damn cars. See, I have off right now the traction control, which, duh. Got to turn it back on. A 43-degree day, these tires are not going to be the best in these conditions. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and I tell you what, everybody's out and about. Used to be a house right there. Now lot there, I guarantee, is worth $300,000, if not more. Just a lot. Just insane where we live in today's world of the economics of everything is so expensive. And that's another thing here too, is should the this deal go down, I'm getting back my car that they gave me decent money on. But the real truth is, if I want to go out and buy this exact same car on the lot, 2023, my guess is it would be conservative 15 grand more. Yeah, you're talking like $46,000 to, I would say a Scat Pack now is priced out of like 63, 65. I mean, this thing was like 73. So think that through. So a very conservative number. If I buy this car back, that's 15 grand saved for buying a new one. And this car is in such a great shape that, I mean, it's a great car. I mean, who knows who took it out and ragged it out up the road. So, I mean, these are 392s, and there's so many people who have driven these 392s these days. I can't see that being the story per se, but you never know, right? So this guy here, boy, you gotta, I mean, you can't keep your car on the road. So anyways, here we are, we're close, gotta get gas. Do I make it? Oh, the joy of driving the ICE vehicles. It ain't cheap, is it? Here's the fuel. Like $68 of fun. It's fun time, right? Gotta have the Petro to have fun. All right, got our gas. See, there's the exhaust. I just don't understand. It just doesn't sound that radical, or does it? Am I delusional? Am I hearing that bad? Yep, there's the front skirt. Copper. Ooh, copper's busting people today. Running radar. Oh, yikes. That ain't good. Feel sorry for those today. You'd think I was here, right? Would you think that I was at the dealership in my other car? And look, here he is. Here is troublemaker number 1. And trouble number 2 is up the road in his hot shot Camaro making exhaust notes. All right, we are here at the Leesburg Dodge. Am I here very often? And what's going on? Nothing right now. So, which I told you would be a challenge. Hey, let's hear this bad boy, right? Does she start? Come on. All right, not too shabby, right? Not too bad, but yeah. Okay, so nothing at the moment. That's the current state of times at 10:30 in the morning. Nothing. Deal's getting rejected, which I figured that would be the case. But Jake, my man, is going to continue to work on it, and he may have somebody that may accept the case, but I don't know. So stay tuned for that. So for anybody who's watching my channel, it's dead in the water, which I really thought that would probably be the case on how I'm trying to finagle this deal. And so it wouldn't surprise me if the deal doesn't go down, but I think maybe by midday we may have a new answer.